Fornicator by Robert Burns. This text is from the Merry Muses of Caledonia, his collection of bawdy lyrics that was published by his friends in 1799 after his death. It's a true story. He had to stand up and be read out in church for 3 straight weeks. Also his partner in fornication, Elizabeth Peyton. He mentions his darling boy in the song. Actually had a daughter, Elizabeth. Yada yada. The tune is it was written to Clout the Cauldron, patch the cauldron. Itself a sexual reference, but that's another story. Here we go. You jovial boys who love the joys, the blissful joys of lovers, and dare avow't with daintless brow whate'er the lost discovers. I pray draw near and you shall hear, and welcome in a frater. I've lately been on quarintine, a proven fornicator. Before the congregation wide I passed the muster fairly, my handsome Betsey by my side, we got her ditty rarely. My downcast eye by chance did spy what made my mouth to water. Those limbs say clean where I between commenced fornicator. We ruefu face and signs of grace, I paid the buttock higher. The night was dark and through the park I cou'dna but convoy her. A parting kiss, what could I less? My vows began to scatter. My Betsey fell, fall-al-de-ral. I am a fornicator. But by the sun and moon I swear, and I'll fulfill cou'd, that while I own a single crown, she's welcome to a share't. My darling boy, his mother's joy, and darling of his pater, I for his sake the name will take, a hardened fornicator. A hardened fornicator. So let's see. I'll go through some of these, couple of these words. Oh, daintless means dauntless, undaunted. We got our ditty rarely. They sang us our song. We got official reproof for a ground of indictment. Ilk hair-out each hair of it. I paid the buttock higher. That's Hire. I paid the fine. So I mentioned the second version. This was actually spelled with an E in Merry Muses of Caledonia. They were good on fidelity to text, but not so good on spelling and punctuation and things like that. I don't know. Burns wasn't always consistent in his spelling either, which is fine. But he spelled it Fornicator in the manuscript that I saw. This manuscript was copied by a scholar named Dewar, who was before Kinsley, and he'd copied it, I think, from a copy. Anyway, messed up a verse, someone, and it probably wasn't Dewar. But so this was published in Kinsley's book, and I don't know where this version was published sooner, if at all, but it's in the Ransom Center down at UT Austin, and I was looking around in there. It was actually misfiled on their website under the name of another poem, but the verse that there's one word changed, and it really this version it was sent to a friend. It has two verses of bombast at the end, and the first of those stanzas is ye wenching blades whose hireling jades have tipped you off blue borum, they've given you shankers. Okay. I tell you plain, I do disdain to rank you in the quorum of fornicators. But a bonny lass upon the grass to teach her essay mater, and no reward but fond regard. Oh, that's a fornicator. That's what Burns wrote. But the word was given as, but a bonny lass upon the grass to teach her essay mater, and no reward but for regard. Ugh. So, I'll sing you this version. Pretty clearly written later. Are we in tune? Let's check. Shall we? This Clout the Cauldron exists in different collections. It's in Orpheus Caledonius and Oswald. I've taken my setting from William McGibbon's collection of Scots tunes. Here we go. Ye jovial boys who love the joys, the blissful joys of lovers, yet dare avow with dauntless brow when the bonny lass discovers. I pray draw near and lend an ear, and welcome in a frater, for I've lately been on quarintine, a proven fornicator. Before the congregation wide I passed the muster fairly, my handsome Betsey by my side, we got her ditty rarely. But my downcast eye by chance did spy what made my lips to water, those limbs so clean where I between commenced a fornicator. With rueful faiths and signs of grace I paid the buttock higher, but the night was dark, and through the park I could not but convoy her. A parting kiss, oh, I could no less. A parting kiss, I could no less. My vows began to scatter. My Betsey fell, lal-de-lal-lal-lal. I am a fornicator. But for her sake this vow I make, and solemnly I swear it, that while I own a single crown, she's welcome for to share it. And my roguish boy, his mother's joy, and the darling of his pater. For him I boast my pains and cost, although a fornicator. Ye wenching blades, whose hireling jades have tipped you off blue borum, I tell you plain, I do disdain to rank you in the quorum. But a bonny lass upon the grass to teach her essay mater, and no reward but fond regard. Oh, that's a fornicator. Your warlike kings and heroes bold, great captains and commanders, you mighty Caesars famed of old, and conquering Alexanders, in fields they fought and laurels bought, and bulwarks strong did batter, but still they graced our noble list, and ranked Fornicator. If you'd like to comment, I'd like to know which version you prefer. I greatly prefer the first version, which simply is has a ballad quality. It just tells the story. Your mighty Caesars and so on. It's not in there. Yeah, I think that's all the references and so on. The Fornicator in 2 versions. Please do subscribe to my channel. Going on 10 years of this research.